women have more credit card debt than men. 50% of women reported that they only have $500 in their checking account after paying all their bills and expenses. 51% of women over the age of 50 don't have anything saved for retirement. Yet when we gather, all our conversations seem to be about men and dating, when in reality we have bigger fish to fry. I think these conversations we're having are a coping mechanism and avoiding what the real issues in our lives are. A man is not going to come save you, babe. You have to save you.
Men have been saying this. Y'all are racking up debt to go to school, talking to men who are not in debt, who make as much, if not more money than you, about them being broke because they don't want to take you out on a $500 date. And you're really the one in debt. I'm going to tell you from experience, student loan debt piles up pretty fast. So if you have that, you're not in a position to be out here talking trash to anybody. Really, honestly, and truly. But modern women, they do just that. Well, I got a degree, I got this, I got that. And you have a massive amount of student loan debt that you have to pay back. So, I mean, you kind of got to balance those. Yeah, I'm smart, but then I have to use my brain to figure out how to get out of this hole. And y'all be talking to men crazy, sideways, reckless, wanting a man to take care of you, wanting a man to prove himself. No, you prove yourself. You prove that you're not a liability before I take you out.
All you bald-headed in y'all stanky ass lace fronts. Every time I get into it with a bitch, oh, if your husband has so much money, why he won't buy you a lace front? Bitch, because what the f*** I look like putting a bum ass lace front on my head. Fucking shit all the way down in here. Look at stupid ass mess. You bitches can do some quick weaves, a clip in something. Everybody got these whack ass lace fronts. This shit costs $750. It costs $1,000. Okay, bitch, where your passport at though? Post. How about this? At least 20 bitches then brought up my hair. Okay, how about them same 20 posting passports? Because we a family of 5 with passports. The kids got them too, baby. So post you and your kids with a passport since y'all got $750 to spend on a fucking lace front. You dumbass being approved for the T-app but not a $200 credit card. And your main bank is chiming fucking Cash App but want to talk about some lace fronts. Bitch, be so for real with yourselves. And I posted us in the Corvette like, oh, he can buy a Corvette but not a lace front. Only people worried about the lace front is bald-headed without their real baby hairs. Them the only worried about lace fronts because you be buying what you don't got, which is place weird ass baby hairs. They don't even look for real. They don't even y'all not even tricking each other. We all know the shit's not real. Okay? Like at the end of the day, those cute ass sew-ins is cute, clip-ins is cute, but if y'all do equate everything to some.
Now you might think that this is extreme, but modern women, they never stop. They'll do this to you. They'll be just talking about you. Well, I mean, obviously, as a man, modern women never stop.
I swear, if I see one more woman online bitching about her husband, I'm going to start a support group for the men who married them. These men are your husbands, your protectors, your providers. Why are you acting like they personally ruined your life because they left a cup in the sink? You picked him. You said yes. That's the one you chose. And now every time he doesn't appease your bitch ass expectations, you want to act like he's an inconvenience instead of a human being? These are the same women who scream there are no good men left, while they're married to one and too self-absorbed to notice. He is not the problem. Your gratitude is, princess piece of shit. The good man is standing right there, quietly doing everything that you don't notice. You humiliate your protector for clout and then wonder why he stops protecting. Respect is oxygen for men. Honor your fucking husbands. Call me a pick-me, I'm glad I was picked. You were too. It was just by a different, shittier crowd.
And once again, it seems harsh, but with modern women acting the way they do, you gotta talk to them this way. Most men, they wouldn't even dream of talking to women this way. They don't talk to their mothers like this. They don't talk to their daughters like this. They don't talk to literally anyone. They don't talk to anybody like this. But when modern women act a fool, when modern women continue to get in your comments and say silly stuff that does not make sense, and everything that they say is centered around them, sometimes these women need to be checked. Sometimes they need a cold, harsh dose of reality. You have to give it to them. Hey, this ain't what you thought it was. I ain't saying to put your hands on anybody, but y'all encroaching on my space a little bit too much. You have to stop.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but ladies, we need to praise men more for when they show up as men. It is so icky when I see a woman emasculate a man in public. And I'm very sensitive to this now because I have made this mistake before in my past relationship. And let me tell you, I've learned a lot. Simple acts like opening your door, covering the bill, when they give you a compliment, when they fix something with their hands. I make sure to give that man so much praise that it instills something in him, like that they should keep doing that. Honestly, you have to treat them like dogs in this way, and hear me out. Like, when a dog does a good deed, you want to give them a treat. And the dog gets so happy they want to keep doing it. Men are the same. They are the same. It's just like they do something for you that you like. You have to just praise them so much that they're like, they want to keep doing it. Do you know what I mean?
There's a dude in the comments that said, well, we don't really need this level of praise. Just a simple thank you is plenty for most of us. Sadly, most of us never hear a thank you for most of what we do. Literally that. Literally that. You don't have to go above and beyond. You don't have to, I mean, it's nice every so often to get whatever game or whatever, thing your man likes, to get that for him. They love that. We love that. But you don't have to go around blowing smoke up our behinds. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go around hyping us up all day. I mean, it's nice here and there, but you don't really have to do that. Just a simple thank you. Oh, babe, I really, really appreciate that. That should be enough.
I believe I'm about to drop this boy that I've kind of been seeing. Not even kind of. Yes, we are seeing each other, whatever. Long story short, I was invited to this Atlanta trip. In the beginning, when I met him, he told me about it, and I was like, oh yeah, like, you're gonna take me, right? And he was like, yeah. And that was like our little inside joke. Anyways, on Sunday, he asked me if I could go, and I was like, I can't. I literally just got back from a trip, and I don't have like PTO time, and it's last minute. Granted, he did tell me he was seeing another girl, but he had just met her 3 nights ago. So I was like, oh, like, whatever. He hadn't taken her on a date, so I was like, okay, cool. Today is Friday, and I literally opened my Instagram, and I literally see him repost a freaking photo that she posted. He took her. Bro, I was like kind of annoyed. I was like, bro, you literally invited me 4 days ago, and then 3 days later you invited her because he left on Thursday. You took the girl. I was just like, bro, okay, something's not adding up. My friends are telling me to not give him so much credit because they don't believe that he's only been talking to her for like, I don't know, now for a week. I was told a week from today he got her number, and he hadn't taken her out on a date, and it was a Monday. So I don't know about you, but I might be a little stupid, but yeah, I did believe him. And he literally reposted it, and he knew I knew what her Instagram was, so he knows that I saw it. So yeah, he's dropped. Won't be seeing him anymore. Goodbye.
I mean, honestly, if he just took another woman on a date, or, I mean, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. If he just took another woman on a trip, and she's posting about the trip, I don't know if he cares. I don't know if he cares. I don't know if you snooze, you lose would apply here. But yeah, you could have packed your bags and be like, I just came off a trip and I'm going on another one. Let's get this money.
I don't know what man needs to hear this, but you need to get off of Hinge. You need to get off of like dating apps. These dating apps are lying to you. They're pushing an algorithm that makes it seem like these girls don't want you or whoever doesn't want you. That is not true. You are worthy. You are attractive. Somebody out there wants you. There's like 7,000 people out there just for you. Okay? These apps are lying to you. They're fake as shit and they just want your money. It's literally a big CEO man who thinks he's hotter than you, smarter than you, and richer than you, and better than you. And he's making money off of hoping that you think you're a loser and that you get no bitches. I hope you know that. Please look inward. Fuck these apps. Go outside. Do what you love, and you're gonna find your partner right there. I promise you. And the bright side is, they'll enjoy what you enjoy.
That might be true, but a guy in the comments said, the DMs are dead too. Everybody's a celebrity in 2025. And that resonates with me. These modern women think that they're more than they actually are. That's really it. I mean, Hinge is only reflecting, and I get where you're coming from. I do understand what you're saying, but Hinge in a lot of these situations is only reflecting what a lot of these women feel like. They feel like these men are not good enough for them. This guy said in the comments, I messaged a girl on, a girl messaged me first on Bumble. I replied, she never messaged me again. Never messaged me again. And they like to say that men play games. Y'all are playing games. So it's just an indication of what it really is. You can't hide that.
One time I had a crush on this guy, let's call him Jonathan. He was my coworker, and me and him would flirt all the time. I thought he was just flirty, but I would not flirt with anyone except him, and I very much liked him. I would ask him to hang out with me and my friends, but he would never go. So this guy I assumed that he was flirty with everyone, and I thought he had a crush on a different coworker because I had this mental block that thought that no one could ever have a crush on me. So I would just, openly flirt with him. Now, meanwhile, there was this other guy named Toby, and Toby had asked me out multiple times, but my dad had said, no, don't date him. I'm not really comfortable with that right now. Now Toby starts getting better and better. Meanwhile, I'm just waiting for Jonathan to ask me out. Jonathan never asked me out, and I keep giving him signals, okay? It's not like I'm not giving him enough signals. I'm giving him signals, but he's not. So I'm like, yeah, he definitely doesn't like me, but whatever. Toby, meanwhile, finally my dad's like, you know what? You can date him. He's been waiting around. He's been doing a really good job. He's been getting a better job or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm like, okay. So I call up Toby and I'm like, hey, my dad says we can date now. Do you want to be my boyfriend? Toby's like, bet. So he freaking buys a plane ticket and moves down. So the first chance I get, I see Jonathan and I'm like, hey, my boyfriend's coming to visit. Thinking, I'll let him know that I have a boyfriend without making it obvious, just so that if he does ever catch feelings for me, he won't, because I have a boyfriend. And I kid you not, Jonathan's face goes like this. And he is blank. He will not joke around with me. I order my food or whatever. Doesn't joke with me. I'm so confused. I'm like, why is he so offended? So I start going around and asking other girls, and the other girls are like, no, he's not flirty at all. He's not flirty with me. He's only flirty with you. No, he's not very nice. He's only nice to you. So this whole time, freaking Jonathan hasn't been asking me out. He hasn't asked me out, but he thinks that I'm fully leading him on while I had a boyfriend. I think that he believed that I had a boyfriend the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm like, if he will say this to me, then I can explain. But I don't want to be like, oh, I just want you to know that I wasn't leading you on and I actually liked you, because that's awkward now because I have a boyfriend now. So I go to him and I'm like, hey, brother, is everything okay? I feel like you've been distant and I feel like we're not really friends anymore or something. And he was like, everything's fine. And then he goes, it's just that nothing, everything's fine, and walks away. I kid you not. So this is your sign. If you like a girl, ask her the frick out. She probably likes you back. And if she doesn't, who freaking cares? At least you didn't miss out. But good news, I did end up marrying Toby, and he is wonderful, so it ended well for me. Poo for Jonathan.
I mean, no. No, you married Toby, and you said it's wonderful. Toby was the guy who improved. He was the guy who got better. He was the guy who liked you in the first place. He actually waited around for you, I think is what you're saying. He waited around. He improved himself. So Toby was the guy. Jonathan, he gonna be all right. He's cool. Toby said, hey, I like you. Well, Jonathan, if you just asked me out, you worried about the wrong thing. Modern women seem to always be worried about the wrong thing. Maybe I didn't hear this correctly. Maybe I don't understand it correctly. I mean, anyways.
Can't take you anywhere.
I mean, honestly, what you want the man to do? They just sitting out there. They ready. They looking at him. The man, what you want him to do?
I made a video about how women are not held accountable the same way men are in the dating pool, and I got a lot of really good responses, and some where people disagreed on certain things, and that's totally fine. No one's gonna agree on everything, and that's just the world we live in, and it's a great thing. But bottom line, what I was trying to get across was, think this whole women's empowerment thing. I love being a woman. I love women. I support women. The whole girls girl term, I think, could be skewed in a lot of different ways. But what I was getting at is, in my experience in certain situations, this women's empowerment is really just women enabling other women to keep their options open, to kind of screw other people over and screw men over in a way where if it was the other way around and a man was doing the things that you were doing, you would drop him, he would be ridiculed. And it's just more common in my experience, I see women doing this. They're not holding each other accountable for their actions. And being a girl's girl, that's a whole other topic. I mean, it gets into like encouraging your friends to do things that are harmful to themselves, that lead to like a lack of self-respect. And I guess that was really just my point, is there's like this enablement factor, and honestly holding yourself up to the standards that you would want in a partner is not going to hurt you in the long run. If you have been in a situation where you've given your all, you've tried in your relationship, and he just didn't appreciate it, be done with him, because honestly, you deserve better. You respect yourself enough to leave that situation. Bottom line, respect yourself, present yourself in a respectful manner, whether you're a woman or a man. Either way, you need to respect yourself, and you need to bring the things to the table that you want your partner to bring. It's a 50-50 give and take. You can't just take and take. You have to actually give too. And that's my point. You can't have these double standards. You can't have these open doors when you're expecting this person to close all the doors on their end with other people. You can't expect somebody to give you their all, but you're still posting things and seeking validation from social media, from people on social media, to keep your options open. It's not fair. You're not giving your all to this person if you're still looking for validation from other people of the opposite sex.
And you see a lot of women that take positions of, hey man, you know, I'm a girl's girl and I love being a woman. I love women's empowerment. I think that women, they deserve their flowers. A lot of men take the same stance. But they don't take the stance of you're better than me. They don't take the stance of entitlement. You should be entitled. I owe you something. And that's where everything just gets messed up, because modern women keep thinking, I can treat a man a certain way. He deserves to be treated that way. And any man that's not willing to bow down to that, it is what it is. You can't, at some point in time, like the comments say, you can't stop. You got to stop avoiding accountability. You have to stop. At some point in time, you have to say, I need to get better as a person. I need to move on. We all got our issues. We all got things we struggle with. Man, understand that you're not perfect. But at some point in time, man, discipline and accountability.
Okay, I need to make something clear to the ladies, and I'm gonna piss them off, so be it, but it needs to be said, honestly. If you are a girl and you are bragging about how many guys hit you up, or how many dudes you have in your DM, or how big your roster is, okay, that is not a flex. Matter of fact, you should be embarrassed, because it's showing how easily accessible you are, and that's not a good thing, okay? You being promiscuous, that's embarrassing, okay? It's not something you should be proud of. Or, even this one's gonna get the ladies. The girls that always say, my exes always come back, like I must not be the problem. Girl, they're coming back because of how easily accessible you are. Come on.
I think that this is a good message. I mean, you know, like I say a lot, we joke and we play around and we you know, kind of roast these women. But, you know, when we put all that to the side, you need to learn to present yourself a certain way. End of story. Men have to present themselves a certain way, especially to you guys. When you're presenting yourself to the world, you want to be seen in a certain way. And so therefore, if that's the case, you need to stop saying, oh, I got this man and that man. Regardless of if he sees, I mean, it looks bad if he sees it, but regardless of if he sees it, what is your community? What are your friends? I mean, well, I can't even say your friends, because some of your friends are on board with this nonsense, right? What is dad going to, what is dad going to think? What is mom going to think? What is grandma and grandpa? What are they going to think? Y'all get to the point that y'all don't really care. And I understand once you get past a certain age, as a young lady, you don't really care what your parents think until life smacks you in the face. And now you're saying, oh, I see what mama was saying. I see what daddy was saying. Maybe I ought to go do this, right? But that's what we're trying to tell you a little bit earlier. Hey, present yourself in this way. You're looking for a man. The man that you're looking for, this is what he wants, right? Continue to work on yourself inside, but you need to, at some point in time, start showing that on the outside.
Women like to say that men who get rejected become the rudest assholes in the world, which I somewhat agree. However, have you ever rejected a girl from sex? Have you ever said, I'm not piping you today? That reaction, that's a reaction. She's gonna call you gay, bro.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they think this is the one thing that men will never turn down. And that's why you see a lot of the, advice out there on these channels saying, hey man, if you can kind of get control over this, then you'll be golden. It's not to say that you're not going to want it. Not to say that, in my personal opinion, you're not going to slip up here and there. But, instead of being out there in the street every single night, maybe a baseline would be, every other night, and then once a week, and then like once every 2 weeks, and then you just kind of whittle it down, like you rein it in, right? Don't be out there doing all that stuff in general, because women will try to, hey, I'll give you this, and sometimes they won't even do it. They just get online and say, oh, see, I said this to him and he gave me all of this, and ha ha ha, these men are suckers, that type of stuff. So when you're thinking like that, a lot of times you can be taken advantage of.
If you are a man and you want to know why women are so psychotic, I suggest you start here. So while you get ready to go out for happy hour, dinner, drinks after, and you hop in the shower with a bar of Irish Spring and you wash your hair, your face, your body, your balls with that, and then you hop out, little towel action, same stupid t-shirt and jeans, while you're doing that, I'm starting here. Okay? I just took a full body shower, shaved every inch of my body, okay? Couldn't wash my hair yet though, because I need to get out of the shower, sit in this tan and hair serum oil, marinate like this for about an hour to 2. Then I'll get back in the shower, okay? Rinse all this tan off, wash my hair. Probably gonna need 2 shampoos too, okay? Because we're hair retraining. You don't even know what that means. I'm out of the shower, full body lotion, okay? 18-step skincare routine. Then I'm going to sit down in a mirror and put on my fake eyelashes. And while that's happening, I have 9 serums in my hair marinating, and they're only going to be activated when I spend an hour and a half blow drying my hair to make it look like I just went to the salon. Then I'm going to take about an hour to do my makeup, and actually probably like 30 minutes, but I'm also going to try in like 19 different outfits. And then I'm going to ask you what you think looks better, and you're going to say, I don't know. That's why we're crazy, okay? The more you know.
A dude in the comments said, this feels like user error. Not one guy is going to be like, why don't you have your why don't you have your fake lashes on? Why don't you have your fake lashes on? That's exactly it. Nobody's asking for this type of stuff. I mean, I don't want to sit up here and trash you for trying, because I know you're putting forth effort into your appearance, and this to you, it's similar to the previous clip where the man was talking about if you can walk away from a woman trying to throw that at you, then, they're going to get upset. This is similar to that. What you're trying to do is put your physical nature forward. This is what I look like. This is what I'm able to offer my body. I look the greatest. What do you think? And a man is not impressed, he doesn't approach, then your ego probably is going to take a little hit. Your ego is probably going to take a little hit. You can put effort into what you look like. It's just that for a lot of you ladies, y'all do too much. Y'all do way too much. And a man is saying, this is all I need. Now, I understand, once again, special occasions, but this is all that I require. I don't need all that. And I feel like you need to be happy with me saying I don't need all that. If I say, yeah, that looks nice, or I think that looks beautiful. I'm commenting on who you are as a person. I don't really understand all that. Well, I've got this color, this 56 shade red. I just see red. Yeah, I see a different shade of red, but I don't know the color of it. I appreciate it, but trying to hold me to something that we don't need all that. I like you just the way you are.
Okay, this comment made me see the hypocrisy in my ways, because when I said that men should be able to bench 225, and then I said that men aren't allowed to complain that women are bigger than them. So let's clear some things up. One, I'm saying that I prefer men that can bench 225, that I prefer men that hit legs, that are bigger, that are more muscular and masculine. But as a man, you're not allowed to complain if a woman is bigger than you, if a woman is lifting more than you, because you have the genetic advantage. I've been lifting for years, and I'm about as big, I'm about as strong as a high school boy. So there are high school boys benching and lifting fucking world records that I can't even imagine touching. So if you're a man and I'm more muscular than you and I'm bigger than you, that is your fault. That's because you're not trying. Not that you have to be trying. Not that you have to be muscular. You're allowed to be feminine. You're allowed to be smaller if that's what you want. But you can't complain when a woman is bigger or more muscular than you if you aren't trying.
I like this comment here. Unc says, I think the issue here is assuming that a man being smaller equals being feminine. That becomes problematic because you can't label smallness femininity while simultaneously asking for others not to label having large muscles being masculine. I agree with that. That's what men are kind of talking to you about. It's always, in this situation, you're a little bit nicer about it, but a lot of times in society, for whatever reason, modern women get up and they be trashing men, talking men down. Why? I didn't do anything to you. They're always making up rules as to why a man is masculine or feminine, or this makes him more masculine, or this makes him more feminine, or this makes him feminine to the point to where he likes men. Like, where did that come from? How do you expect a man to take you seriously if this is your calling card?
My favorite horrible dating stories, part 5. So this one was the worst I've ever been love bombed in my entire life. And this was recent, and I'm almost 40 and I got love bombed really bad. And so I matched this beautiful human who lived in Utah and I live in Arizona. He looked like Clark Kent and I was just like Google-eyed towards his face. And that should have been number 1. I was already pedestaling this man based on his looks. Number 1. And we matched and we were in different states. And he said, the first thing he said to me was, all right, who's moving where? You coming to Utah or am I moving to Arizona? And I was like, that's a cute, fun, flirty thing to say. I mean, if he actually moves to Arizona, I would date him. I can't leave Arizona. So I told him that. I said, I won't leave Arizona. My entire business is here and you would love Arizona. You should move. Flirty, right? Just silly flirty. And he goes, well, I could be there in a month. And I said, perfect. Sounds great. I'm just being silly, right? And he says, I could sleep in, with you for 2 or 3 months while I get a new job, and I'll do everything around the house. I'll be house husband. I'll clean for you. I'll cook for you. I will take care of your cat, all these things. And I just think he's being funny and flirty, right? And I'm like, perfect. You can be the house husband. I'll pay all of our bills. You can massage my feet every day after work. And this was kind of how our banter started. We didn't have any serious conversation going into our first initial conversations on Bumble.
Not that you think this man might be trying to get down to business. You never know that. Number 1. Number 2, you'll notice that she said, this man is beautiful. He looked like Clark Kent. So the stuff that he was talking about, he's getting away with, and she thinks it's funny because he's so beautiful to her.
And so we do that all day, this like playful, silly playhouse conversation. And by the end of the day, he said, may I have your phone number? And I said, absolutely.
Absolutely. With a golly G at the end there. Absolutely. You're so beautiful. Why would I not?
And I was really excited about meeting this guy because I thought he was so funny and he was so on par with my humor, right? humor. And so we're talking and he asked, can I have a phone call tonight? And I said, I would love that. So we get on the phone and we're talking, and we're nerdy about all the same things. We love all the same nerdy movies. We read the same nerdy books. Like, this man has read ACOTAR, and he's read Harry Potter, and he likes Lord of the Rings, and he likes all my favorite things. And he has his own nerdy stuff that he likes, and I have my own nerdy stuff, and I just thought we really matched really well. And I'm starting to think, I could do a long distance relationship. I could go visit him in Utah. How fun would that be? And then maybe eventually he does move here. And how fun would that be? And so
Honestly, I'm starting to think that this sounds like Chad to me, like a Chad or a Tyrone to me. Woman in the comments that says, we all want the fairy tale and we hold on to hope that Prince Charming is out there. This is kind of starting to sound like this is like not Prince Charming, but somebody pretending to be. It seems like it's all going too well. It seems like there's a lot of plan going on, but there's not a lot of questions being asked. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of deep thought, not a lot of conversation going on. To me, it's a telltale sign. You're probably going to read it as a vibe, but to me, I just think there's not a lot of seriousness going on. And I'm not talking about, oh, now you tell me your bank account information, but it doesn't really seem like y'all have talked about important stuff, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, reading the same book and watching the same TV show. I mean, depending on what it is, if you like Marvel and another person likes Marvel, is that really such a coincidence, like something that could never happen? Like, is that really something that's so rare? Probably not. A lot of people like it.
It's talking about, okay, I really want to meet you. I feel really strongly about this, that I should meet you. I'm going to book a plane ticket to come take you to lunch because you deserve that. And I know having a longer trip might be too much up front, but I'd love to take you to lunch. And I was like, okay, Clark Kent. And so he books a plane ticket for 3 days later. And we get so excited. And we're talking on the phone every night and just everything about him. And he starts lovebombing me and saying things like, our children would be so beautiful and I can't wait to see you in a wedding dress. Come on. Where's the brain cells, woman? 3 days and he wants to see you in a wedding dress? He wants to see what your children's faces will look like together. But I was smitten kitten. And I still thought we were a little bit playful, flirty, but also maybe like, oh, if this works out, they would be really cute. Okay, so Tuesday comes and...
So basically what you're telling us is that you've recognized it, but you just don't care, because this could be your big moment. Remember, once again, she called him Clark Kent. Well, I would like to see, what our kids look like. I would love to see you in a wedding dress. Ding, ding, ding. Red flag. Don't even know each other like that. That's what I'm talking about. They have not really... I would probably say she's, judged by her maybe 41, 42, maybe in her late 30s. You're too old for this behavior. You're too old to be... Let's go back to the comment. We all want the fairy tale. You're 38 years old, 40 years old. That's what I'm estimating. You have to move out of this. I mean, God dog, we be talking about men and how men, they don't ever grow up, and, oh, you're 40 and you're still talking about you trying to figure it out. Apparently so are you. But you're not using the same words. You're using different words to say, oh, well, this is kind of what I'm looking for, but I don't know. I like this, but maybe not. Oh, here he is. She's saying that after the fact. Well, he started to love bomb me. You knew he was love bombing you in the first place. As a matter of fact, you knew he was love bombing you from the start when y'all were talking about him moving to Arizona and whatever and whatnot. Any other dude, especially dudes that you didn't think were attractive, you would have been and cut them off. You would have been and blocked them, unmatched them, and that would have been it. But once again, this man is getting away with murder, figuratively speaking, because you like the way he looks. So far, it's not that much deeper than that.
His flight happens and we go to lunch and it's magical. And he's just as beautiful in person and he's just as sweet, and he opens my door and he does all these wonderful things, and we had a really great lunch. And he flew back home. And while he's at the airport, he calls me and he goes, let's book you a plane ticket. If you want, come see me. And I'm thinking, why not? It's like a runaway romance. And he seems like a really nice person. Why don't I fly to Utah? I have friends in Utah. I could be safe. I could make sure, just in case something weird happened. I have a couple of friends in Utah that they know where I'm at. We could, I could have a place to stay. Emergency situation, right? He books me a plane ticket for 3 days later, Friday. And we're so excited. We have another phone call that night, and it's just all lovey-dovey, and it's so wonderful. And I wake up the next morning to a paragraph. Really a novel. Going on and on about how it's just breaking his heart to do this. But he thinks he needs the light turned off because it was so dramatic. He thinks he needs to end this now before things get too serious. And then he sends me a picture of the flight that was canceled. And when I tell you he broke my heart after a week of talking. Oh, but the love bombing, guys, the love bombing. Why did I fall for it? Why did I think a man after 3 days would be wanting to talk about marrying me and having babies with me? Maybe just because I think I'm that great and I think every man should want to marry me and have my babies. Shouldn't we, right? We should think that highly of ourselves. But if a man is saying it, that is love bombing. And I knew better. I've been love bombed really badly in the past, and I've been in relationships that started from love bombing. They don't work. So Clark Kent was the biggest love bomber I have ever met in my entire life. He said my voice could end wars. He said he wanted to make love to me knowing that I would be the mother of his children. Oh my God, why? Why?
And you allowed him to say all of that. My man might have actually messed up his chance to knock the socks off of this woman, to knock the Mario coins out of this woman. She was ready to go. In my opinion, she was ready to go. Dinner, glass of wine, maybe a little afterwards, after dinner drink, walk you home. Hey, I've got some coffee. Do you want some coffee? Hey, let's just sit on the couch and just snuggle a little bit. And that's it. One thing leads to another. All he really had to turn to her at that point and do is say, you mind if I kiss you? Brush her hair back, out of the way of her face. They're staring deeply into each other's eyes at this point in time. Yeah, that would be nice. Kiss, 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 kiss. They start groping. Yeah, you can't go too fast. You just gotta slowly. You gotta ease her into it. She don't want to feel like, we just met each other. What am I going to tell the girls? Y'all are probably going to be talking about, what am I going to tell them? Yada, yada, yada. Well, you just tell them you met an amazing person who adores every part of you and wants to experience all of you. Boom. That's it. Kiss, 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 kiss. And then slowly. And you just kind of let her lead it. And you just kind of follow where she's going on. One thing leads to another. And that's the end of that. Sounds simple because it is. For him, not for the regular man, the average man who would have taken her to dinner. He would have flown out there to Arizona, wherever she was, taken her to dinner. Would have been a little bit more stable about everything. He probably would have said, well, I don't know if I can move to Arizona or whatever that fast, but maybe we can work something out. I've got something over here. How about we do this? How about we put that on ice until we get there? If we get there and we can figure that out together, that would have been a lot healthier approach to the situation. But she wasn't worried about that. I've been love bombed before. Yes, you have. And you're going to continue to get love bombed because of this, just the way that you act out here. Right. And once again, I'm not trying to shame you for anything. I get it. But These are the same types of women who will say, I'm not taking anything less, I'm not settling, and then you settle for a guy playing in your face. I'm telling you, that guy really could have knocked the socks off this woman multiple times, if he wanted to, in that same week, that same day, actually, round 2. Let me go get some water and we can go for round 3. You can have it as many times as you want it. We'll get up in the morning and do it. This woman would have been talking about that for years to come. And get this, I'll go even further. Had that happened, she'd have been sharing that story. Woman would have gotten married with children, still thinking about, oh man, he was the best lover I ever had. Married with children. I'm in love with my husband. We've been married for 10 years. We have 2 beautiful babies, a boy and a girl. But I just can't help but, reliving that amazing time. What amazing time. Oh, you come to find out, it was like a couple of days. It was like a couple of days of them. And really, it wasn't nothing but them hooking up. Really an extended one night stand. But she would have been talking about that on TikTok. Oh, girls, it's just, you got to get out there and you got to, yeah, he love bombed me, but I don't regret it. And even now, she doesn't regret it. She's just mad that it didn't work. Or she's heartbroken it didn't work. She wants that. If that man ever decided to text her back, right on cue. She might try to be smart about it and might try to put some guardrails up just a little bit, but they're paper guardrails. They'll easily come down because this is what she does.
If we are dating and you're trying to get to know me and you make plans in the beginning of the week for the end of the week and I don't hear from you that whole week, I'm not going out on the date. For example, we're getting to know each other. You ask me out on Monday. Hey, are you free this weekend? How's Saturday night for you? Oh, Saturday night works for me. What time? Tell me the place. Give me the details. Cool. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. And we don't talk on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, it's a no for me. We're not colleagues. You're trying to date me. Are we only going to talk on the days that we go out on the dates? Immediately no. I know everyone's going to have their opinion about it, but it's a no for me. The same way we made plans on Saturday and I don't hear from you on Saturday. You can't go all week without saying nothing. It's a no for me.
All of this sounds good, but I think the only opinion that I have is, are you going to have some sort of conversation with him? Or is he going to be carrying all of the conversations? I think that's what a lot of men are going to be asking. Is it going to be on me to carry the conversation, or are you going to text first sometimes?
I was talking to my therapist and she was telling me that a lot of men in their 30s come to her and are like, dating problems, help. And she's like, all right, what are we doing about this? And one of the things they say constantly are we don't want to go up to women at bars or out or whatever in the wild because that could be creepy. First of all, my foundation, not even the mascara, eyeshadow, my foundation costs more than your entire outfit. We want you to come up to us. It's only creepy if you come up to us and be creepy. Why is it so hard for men to be normal and not a predator? It's you can come up to me, spark a conversation. If I seem into it, keep sharing words. Hello. If I'm not, leave me the fuck alone. It's only creepy if you're creepy. The bar is buried in hell. The bar is 6 feet under with perished generations of men who actually fought and pursued women. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know. It's I can't use the apps because they're a nightmare hellscape, and I can't go out because men are, oh, I'm sorry, are you scared? You should be.
Once again, it's your attitude that's causing you this problem. Y'all can't figure out how to get out of your own way. Most modern women can't. They just can't. For whatever reason, they can't figure out how to get out of their own way. I don't know why your therapist didn't tell you that, but y'all's attitude is the problem here. Your attitude. Y'all continue to talk crazy, you talk silly, you bought a mascara or foundation or whatever it was. Who cares? Y'all think the items that y'all accumulate are more than the man. They mean more. My eyeshadow costs more than your entire outfit. You're materialistic, which is why you're not getting hits. You're materialistic, which is why you can't find a man. Well, this costs more than that. So, I don't put this on for nothing. Come up and approach me. I'm trying to lure you in. Have you ever thought that maybe not leading with actually, this would be a form of leading with your money. I spent on this, I spent on that, so I can get your attention. You should see all of this and think that I'm cute, and you should come approach me. So you're leading with your money. The stuff that you're leading with your items, your material. You're leading with, in another case, your looks. You see all that I did? You see how good I look? Come over here and give me attention. Come over here and approach me. You don't think that's conceited? You don't think that's a lot of ego that men long term want to deal with? Maybe sure, it's kind of cute and funny in the short term, in the interim. But for me, looking for a wife, I'm not going to be looking for somebody that has this type of attitude day in and day out.
Some women can't understand logic when they don't agree. And it's not that they don't understand, they just don't like it.
Ooh, I look fine today. Let me post it for the world to see. Because what are you posting it for? To get that attention. It's as simple as that. There's no other reason to post. Now, I'm going to ask y'all this. If a dude tell y'all, you can post the same stuff you've been posting. Post whatever you want. But make your page private and delete all males off your page that's not family member. How would you feel about a dude saying that? Would you think he tripping, or you like, okay, yeah, let's do it?
That's controlling.
So you would think he tripping?
Yes, that's controlling.
Trinity, you would think he tripping?
I would. I'm not gonna.
So
Narcissistic.
Okay, they just said they posting for themselves. They doing it just because it look good. They just said it's not no unloyal aspect to this. But when we take males out of the equation, you the bad guy. But before you take them out of the equation, they just posting for themselves. It can't be for y'all sales, and it can't be just because you feel good, because I'm still saying, babe, post it. Baby, do your thing. Post whatever you want to post, however many times you want to post it. Let's just take the men that might pose a threat to our relationship or trying to get in between what we got going. Let's take them out the picture. Babe, keep doing what you're doing, but let's take them out the picture. Remove the risk. Now I'm tripping. So don't they click in y'all head that, maybe I'm not just doing it just for me. Or maybe I'm not just doing it just because I feel good. Can we agree to that now?
I still can't agree.
We can't agree.
They'll swear up and down. They want a strong man. They want a leader. They want a logical man. But when that logic contradicts with their feelings, or until that logic exposes that they're wrong, then suddenly you're negative, you're toxic, you just don't get it. No, we get it. You just don't like to be called out.
And this is what it looks like for a lot of men who are trying to compromise. They say that men don't try to work anything out. It's always got to be their way. But this clip shows you that a lot of these modern women think like this. The man all he said was, let's control who you allow in your circle. And men say this over and over again in relationships. But this is going to be the response 9 times out of 10 for modern women. Not going to be all women, to be fair. It's a lot of these women out here, they wouldn't be posting this in the first place, right? But if this is something that they were doing and the man is saying, hey, I'm interested in you, but I don't know about all this over here on the other side. They say, oh, okay, yeah, cool. They would immediately private their page. They would immediately move all of the men that you don't know in the first place, but they would immediately remove all of those men and say, yeah, you got it. Done. And their relationship would probably go on and be just fine. Modern women, They're not looking to work with you. They're looking to overpower you.